it's inspired by what you find around you outside in the trees. I like the fact that when you're surrounded by those colors, you feel more like you're out away from people, away from the city lights. And I think, at least I get that feeling with our product. And when you see it, you feel nature.
So I heard through the grapevine that this all started with a branch.
Branch, yeah. It was
The branch.
The branch. It was a tree branch in my neighbor's backyard, madrone tree. Is what it's
Stole it from your neighbor.
Late at night when it was dark.
Good job.
Climbed up and hacked off a branch, and I had one branch. I couldn't mess it up, right?
You chose a
I
branch?
couldn't go get more,
You climbed up the tree and chose a branch?
Yeah, chose it, cut it off with a little hacksaw. The trees are really rare around here. The tree that was in his yard. So I saw it, and I really wanted to make something out of it because it's shiny and orange, and you just don't see them very often. So. I love sunglasses. I had a love for vintage sunglasses I'd find at dollar stores or thrift stores.
Okay.
Popped the lenses out, one pair, and put it on that tree branch. Traced them on there, and spent a whole day just whittling and carving that branch into a frame. I don't know what sparked that or what made me do it. I just felt like that was the right thing to do. I was at a point in my life where I would always make things. I've always been a maker, but I'd do one thing for six months or so and then get bored with it.
Right.
And move on. What's next? I figured that out. Let's do the next thing. And that was just kind of okay, let's try to make a pair of wooden sunglasses out of this branch. And that's all there was to it.
You just got stuck on that. That's great.
Yeah, I made
6 months.
Made one pair, stole the hinges off the sink in the bathroom, off the cabinet sink, screwed them in, and just really rudimentary. And I wore them down to the skate park, and all the kids at the skate park, what are those? I want some. So I just continued making, not out of it. I would, I think the first few pairs were 2x4s or something I used, and scrap wood wherever I could find it. And I would just continue to put all this blood, sweat, and tears into this one thing that I would sell for $20. Enough to take that money and go buy some good exotic wood. A little piece cost about $20. Right? So it was about 9 hours, 9-10 hours to make one pair whittled the old-fashioned way.
Did you have any idea that would move you to where you are today?
No clue. I didn't have any intentions of really starting a business. It was more just the next fun hobby that was interesting for me. And I was making furniture before. I was making weird little custom car parts for my '78 Honda Civic out of wood, rear mirrors made out of wood, things like that. I'm just okay, I don't want to do that anymore. Let's do something new. What's it going to be? Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then how that evolved was, the first pair wasn't good. They weren't comfortable. It didn't look like something that was sellable.
Unique though.
Very unique and different. And in my mind, I love inventing, making something better. It's this isn't good, but it can be better. So the next pair was a little bit better, and so on. I think I made maybe 200 or 300 pairs that way by hand, just myself, through about a 5-year period of time. Partially when I was living out of my car and I was working out of the back seat with the AC converter to run the power tool, little Dremel in the back of the car, living in the sawdust, and just really immersing myself in what I wanted to do, which was make wooden sunglasses and then live out of my car in a mountain town and snowboard.
Killer.
Those are the two things that you follow what you want to do, and sometimes you have to jump up and do it and go and say if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but you want to, so just do it.
So smooth.
Yeah, so he's hitting those corners on both sides here, and once he's done and that frame is fully smooth, it's going to pass on over to finishing where it gets its final coat of protective sealant
Or shellac.
Shellac that's going to bring the beauty in the wood out we talked about before. You're going to see that green pop. It's going to be turning the light on. It brightens the frame up. It really gives...
I love that. I love that it's 2 different colors like that.
Yeah, that's a 2-tone frame. Every frame you see here that we make, we cut a special lens for every single one of those. And you open that number up on this machine, and it's going to pull up that information of that lens shape. It's going to give you all the information about its circumference size, You just tell it what material you're going to cut, and then you load the lens in. So there were points in the beginning where we just lived in the shop. We rented a small space, like I said, and it had drips in the ceiling, but it was cheap, and overhead wasn't much, and we just, lived there and in that and around that, and you do it because you love it and because you want to see it succeed. And for us, if we wouldn't have done that, put our complete lives on hold just to make this thing work, it wouldn't have ever become a thing. It's Portland, so there's a lot of other creatives in Portland that are doing manufacturing or any sort of creative thing, and just being open to share your experiences with other people that might come asking, or maybe if we have questions, we go ask somebody else. Just the community that we live in is so awesome in that they're just open to share, right?
Yeah, it's really true. The other creatives I've spoken to, it's the same exact story. Like
sometimes you meet people, they don't want to tell you. I mean, obviously we're not gonna, if we have secrets, we're not gonna tell secrets, but I mean, just giving a little bit of time out of your day to help somebody that might just need that little push to get to the next level.
And in that vein, is there anything you'd like to say to other Portland creatives, or any like word of advice, shout outs, thank yous, anything like that to other Portland creatives?
I think it's really just be aware of what you're doing, and if there's the potential, you'll know it. But don't continue doing something if the potential isn't there. If it is a bad idea and you're not getting people interested, move on to something else. Maybe sometimes you'll see that happen where somebody they think they've got a really good idea, but they really don't. They waste a lot of time doing it. There's something else out there for you. If you're a creative person, you're going to find it.
Right.
You'll figure it out. If you're not a creative person, you're just not, and know that. Know where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are.
Dude, seriously, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
Really.
It's been fun.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.